We're live. We're live, Beans. We're live. Yeah, Beans, we're live. Rocky, you guys, we're live. All right. So guess what? That movie, Higher Learning, was something else. Oh, yeah, and we said we was going to stream. We're 1 minute before midnight. We finally made it we said we were going to go live on a schedule, and finally it went live on a schedule. Not really. We're way past the time. But guess what? We made it. We went live. All right, so now, since we're live, Beans and I here, and Rocky, we're going to talk about that movie, Higher Learning. We don't talk about very many movies, but this one kind of got us. See, it's a college setting, and see, I don't really talk about the movie itself. If you want to know about the movie, you go watch the movie. What I want to talk about is the theme. What it stirred up inside us. Beans, you know what it did to me? Me, myself, and I. What it did to me. And me. Okay. Yeah, him. You know. The soul against whatever's wrong. Yeah, that one wrong. Yeah. Oh, chocolate milk. Chocolate milk. But not too much chocolate for doggies. There's all substances. We have minimal tolerable amounts. Same thing for doggies. So chocolate's one of those things. Minimum tolerable amounts that your body can handle before it gets damaged. Some substances you can't take much at all. Other substances, well, you can smoke for a lot of years before it gives you cancer, like tobacco. So here's what got it was the whole deal about clans and cliques, and it led me to believe, led me to, well, not believe, led me to want to share you my beliefs. Yeah, and they're not unusual, they're not new. See, it's the whole deal about clans and cliques, and you take the clans and the cliques, and then it expands into the states and the nations and the countries and you know what I'm saying? The religions, all of it. To me, all of it. To think that one part of all of existence is any more important than any other part of all of existence is stupidity and ignorance. Yes, I said it. To think anything else besides all of existence is equal. Everything in all of existence is equal to everything else and has its purpose. You and me, the dog, this piano bench in front of us, this piece of board behind us, it all has purposes. Sometimes some stuff we give purposes to, like this board behind me is a purpose I'm giving a purpose to. It's going to be a part of the closet. The studio has a built-in wardrobe closet. It's a little my studio's mini studio. Everything that a big studio has, but in a small space. See, so the wardrobe closet. Big wardrobe closet. Well, that's part of it. It has its purpose. It has its place and its purpose, like everything else in all of existence has its place and its purpose. Right, Sabrina? Huh? She agrees. Everything has its purpose, right, Rocky? Huh? Right, Rocky? Yeah, see, he thinks he knows it's right. There's a place and a purpose for all things under heaven. So what the song said. What song was that? What song was it, Rocky? For every turn, 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 there is a season. Turn, turn, turn. Yeah. hmm In a time or place for every purpose under heaven. Something like that, right? Did that have go like went like that? Huh? It did. Yeah. Back in the back in the 60s. 1960. Before you were born, Beans. Before you were ever born, Rocky. Yeah, you guys are way young. Yeah. hmm So, man, the stink in the sink is really bad. We got to do something about that. We should maybe shoot some Space City footage. Space City footage while doing the stink in the sink. If the stink in the sink is important for Space City. Why? It's because of rocket. It's rocket fuel. Yeah, rocket fuel. Yeah, you might not even have a clue, you guys. What in the heck does stink in the sink have to do with rocket fuel? Yeah, no clue, do you? We'll show you. We'll show you in the space. We're gonna make a space. We're gonna make a playlist. Everything having to do with Space City. Yes. She's getting herself comfy over there. He's getting himself comfy over here. You know what that means? You know what that means to me? It means these dogs here, these two great, wonderful critters of mine, I actually belong to them. We just got through having tuna. Yeah. Can of tuna each. Yeah, can of tuna each. You know what the, I thought he was going to get in the chair. Look at you. You got your pillow all set. Got the Rasta Bob Mark. You got the Rasta Harlot pillow all fixed up for yourself. Hey, I thought you were going to get in the chair. Yeah, you're up in the chair. Here, you want this up there with you? There you go. All right, I think I want to play the piano for a minute. Huh? What is it? I'm going to play this wonderful piano that the neighbor helped set us up with. A friend, he had a friend. He had a friend who had a friend who had a daughter. Oh, no. He had a friend who had a daughter. Can't see it. There's the piano. So he had a friend who had a daughter who, actually, here, you know what? I need to change hair. My mom had hair like this. My mom played piano. Remind me of my mom. There now, change hair. You got the blonde hair off. That's another feeling you get. Now I got my mom's feeling. The piano playing, channeling my mom. Anyway, so here, you know what we say about paranormal? I wanted to just share with you something quick about the paranormal. So, it's an interesting subject. It's been, see, science can't prove it because science can't prove it. We change the lights. science cannot prove the existence of the paranormal because there's nothing that can be done that will reduplicate the paranormal. You know what I mean? You can't do no scientific experiment's been able to reduplicate the phenomenon. The phenomenon happens wherever it's happened, and I'm going to certify absolutely. We have a scientific mind, absolutely. We've lived by the scientific process. Okay, we've known about it since we were itty bitty. We had the little chemistry set, whatever, and we learned scientific process from our little chemistry lab kit. We had the electro set. We learned. We just, all the books that came to us from having the toys, the special toys our parents set us up with, and they were pretty smart, really. They were not smart enough to let me go to kindergarten instead of putting me right in first grade where I'd fail and then get teased the next year by the kids. That's a terrible thing. But that's really did happen. That's how my school started. Yeah. And then we went about the business of getting teased and all that and blah blah and didn't make any friends and so on and so forth and so on and so forth. And couldn't do whatever and couldn't and then but I tell you what we did do in school. I'll show you what we did in school. The most remarkable achievement we did in school. And I don't remember what grade it was exactly. I know it was after third grade at least, I think, because third grade was terrible. Third grade was the teacher was terrible. She really turned me off of school. It was glory, glory, hallelujah, teacher. Hey, you didn't start your A on the right side. Still, it doesn't matter where you start an A. It's going to be an A, right? It started here, you started here, right? It was one of those. So strict about, it really damaged me. There was first damage, second damage, but the remarkable thing we did achieve was this thing. Does it look familiar? How many people know what this is? This little thingy. There really is only a few people that even would recognize this thingy. I'll show you what it does. You should go straight with a sail on the back. Well, I'll tell you what. Blew too hard. Anyway, that thing went straight across the desk. We won second place in a contest with this. This one's not quite adjusted right. See, what makes this work is that the NASA engineers were flabbergasted by it. The thing that makes it work is the fact that this back thing here is not the sail that's making it really do anything. All it's doing is becoming a scoop that lets the air get under it, and then it hovers. And the actual forward motion is caused by the leakage of air around the backside, and the fact that this front side is the front edge catches it. That's actually this front edge, the compression zone, as the air comes around and hits and curves around this way and hits the surface. As it contacts the surface, it creates a pressure zone that really makes the sail. It's the front edge. It's the sail. The back edge is just a scoop. It works between the ground or the surface. It works between the surface and the scoop. The scoop. Anyway, so now here, where that led to was we won second place. Nobody was on our team. They didn't want to be on our team. First place winners was Fritz Mosier, and they had like 6 kids on their team, and they went to all this project, constructed this little car shaped like a little car and all that stuff, and theirs flew too. Theirs went forward straight. They used a straw. Mine didn't do nothing. It's just, you put it in the breeze and it goes. Anyway, they won first place. I got second place. I don't remember was there third place. I don't know, but
the NASA engineers were coming to our class. And at the time it was Apollo, and they were coming in and looking for ideas. And after I won second place, they came to me, and we said, it was about reusability, and it's like, well, the question was about the heat shields. It's like, well, they got to burn up. It's like, well, what do you use? It's like, well, I pointed at the kiln, and they took that little piece of data and went and made a silicone metamaterial. Yeah, and there's the shuttle, the heat shields on the shuttle. That's where they came from. So now you know that story, okay? Very few people know that story, but now you do. Now the world can know. Right now, all my 34 subscribers know. No, I don't want to go straight. There it goes. This one's not quite dimensionally correct. It's out of adjustment or something. I got a bigger one. I mean. So let's see. Let's see. Unless somebody's copied this since we originally made them. Um, Unless somebody's copied it since we originally made the first one in grade school. Let's see. I don't know. Remember grade school. I don't know who had it. NASA had it, I guess, for a while, or whatever. Somebody's got the original. But there's the original, there's this one. The ones I know that exist is the original one, this one, and the other one I've got up there, which is a bigger one. There it goes. See? Perfectly adjusted, straight as an arrow. So anyway, now you know. Now you know the facts. There are the facts of facts, that little hidden secret facts that really nobody knows unless now we have the internet. And before, well, now you know. Okay, so now moving on back to that movie. Oh no, we said our piece about that movie. I think we're gonna end this stream because we said our piece about that movie. Nobody's any more better than anybody else. There's no part of any part of existence that's any more important than anything else. Everything that exists is important for what it is, that it exists in the place that exists to be what it is, for what it has to be, for the purpose of all of existence to exist within the realms of all that it is, within all the dimensions that it needs to be in order for it to be what it is. Okay, can you get that? That shouldn't be that hard to understand, or is it? Let me put it this way. The manifesto of creation requires that creation be created by creation. It requires every part of creation for creation to be. It requires every single atom that's in existence through all of existence for all of existence to be. Otherwise, all of existence won't be. Does that make sense to you? How about everything that ever was and ever will be has been because it's meant to be? How about that? No matter what is done within the space of time along a timeline that ends a result, the result is ultimately the determinant outcome of that input. How can I say it one more to make it more clear even? Um, how about moo? Oh here. Hey, here. How about this? Okay, I'm gonna go. Oh, we haven't played the keyboard yet. keyboard, play something for us.
He's got a recorder. All right, stop. Good keyboard. Very good. Anyway, so now, see, that was done with the button down here. What was not done with the button, I wanted to tell you about the subject of the afterlife. That's what we got in. Let's switch subjects for a second. Afterlife, paranormal, all that stuff. Okay, we'll attest to this reality because multiple times through our life, we've had direct experience. When you have a scientific mind and you understand the scientific process and you think in those terms and you think in those terms like, well, something, you hear a statement, you're skeptical, so show me some proof, you know. So we got this keyboard, and I'll tell you about this. We're gonna have a show coming up, a live feed next Sunday on Valentine's Day. Okay, our beloved Karen passed away on a Sunday. It was January 20th. Sunday, January 20th. Well, we were going to start this January 20th, but it wasn't a Sunday, and so it just happened. It doesn't line up. It's going to be a few years before January 20th. It's a Sunday again. Okay, so anyway, we decided to pick Valentine's Day this time for a live feed. The live feed is going to be every Sunday, and this first one is a special, and it's about people we've loved and people we've lost, and people who we've loved that we don't want to lose, and so on. That kind of thing is going to be, and I'm going to have guests coming over, and people are going to be telling their personal experiences. So it's bound to be some good content. And we're going to do the special Valentine's Day, and then I'm going to do it every Sunday. And the subject matter, some of the subject matter is going to be the paranormal and stuff like that. Anything having to do with love, life, and death and loss. Okay, see what I'm saying? It covers the loops. Or let's put the loops this way. Okay, or this way, like this. Starts up here, and then it works its way down and goes, and goes like a drill bit. Bam! And this is the vortex sucks you in. Anyway, that's another subject. All right. So anyway, so that day it was like this. I had the volume out here, like this, and I was playing it in the key of C, right? Knocking on heaven's door, just like that. Pedal right here, and I was like this, right here. Like that. And I started singing. And I started singing it. And I made like this, and I go, Mama, Mama, take this badge off of me. And as I'm getting to, before I ever get done with, Mama, take this badge at off, the word off, I hear, like that. But it wasn't me doing this. I didn't reach over to this volume control. This volume control takes a pressure of, it takes a bit. I don't have a way to measure it. I don't take it easy
I don't have an easy way to measure this pressure, but it takes a bit of pressure. It's not a pushover, and it's not motorized or automated or anything. It's just a fader. And my hands were here. Here, man. They're here. They were here. And this thing did this. Like that. Went up to here. From here to here. Okay? The point is, you gotta sit up and take notice. It wasn't a dream because I'd been awake all day. I've been doing stuff all day. Not like the day, not like the other day. Recently, recently. Now this was a dream. This was not real. See, that's the thing. When you reach a point, that's one of the hard things. One of the hard things about it is deciding what is real and what isn't. Especially if you reach a point where you actually require a little bit of psychiatric medicine. Like yours truly, I'm a Zeprazidone. I take one every day. It's that blue pill. I want to click the blue pill. Yes, do the thing. I get the invention. That's a whole nother story. That's the G unit, and I'm not going to be sharing so much of that. I've shared enough for now. We're going to develop it. We're in the process of building our shop, building a facility to develop it and put it out on the market. The G units, space vortex, it's a vortex space motor manufacturer is what we're going to call the company. Okay. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes, Rocky. He's trying to high five me there. Yeah, Rocky. Oh, yeah. All right. So anyway, the Vortex Space Motor Manufacturing. In the meantime, we have all this other weird life stuff going on, like the paranormal around us. This whole house is this whole place right here. There's the original owner of the place I like it in the key. I like it in the key of G flat for February. So, but that's what's important because we've noticed since we've moved in here, since Karen passed away, we've noticed a lot of phenomena. We noticed some phenomenon before. Wouldn't this, see, it's taken repeated because we're so skeptical. It is taken repeated after and after and after and after, over and over and over, to prove it to me that it is real. But it is, and so it has been proven. The dividing line between what is real. Well, here's how we know. We're taking the phenomenon of how and when phenomenon. Like, the other day, we don't believe this one was real. We believe that this was a lucid dream. You're familiar with the lucid dream? Lucid dreams are when they're so real. When the dream is so real to you, you think it's reality. We had a lucid dream, this suspicious observers channel. We watch them. Okay, they're really good about they bring highlight to stuff that's not often talked about in the realm of planetary physics and stuff. What's going on in the planet and weather patterns and they uh, the effects of magnetic fields and blah 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 blah. Okay, anyway, so yeah, we watched it. Okay, and so here's this one. We wake up and we click suspicious observers to watch that, and get up having to go to the bathroom, and we start that and then head into the bathroom, and the volume was a little low, and we hear on the way in to the bathroom, we hear, folks, the earth is flipped, folks. That's all we hear, you know. I mean, we go in the bathroom, we can't hear the rest. It sounds like mumbling, you know. Can't really hear it well. And here I'm at the sink, and I turn it on, and the water goes down in the sink, and it goes clockwise. It's like, no way. No way. The earth really did flip? What? No way. Couldn't be. Water's going clockwise. We're on this hemisphere. It's supposed to go the other way. So I go over to the bathtub, turn that on, and it goes clockwise too. It's like, no way. Really? The earth really did flip? Now, see, now, understanding something. Now, it would take something really catastrophic. We would feel the catastrophic event it would take to cause a warble enough to have the earth flip around in 12 hours to go pole to pole, physically, the earth actually go pole to pole and have the. But here's the thing: is it wouldn't cause the rotation to go the same way, because if it flipped, it'd still be, you know what I'm saying? It'd still be the same for we're on the same side of the planet, and but in the physics there, it could flip if something caused it, you know, to be upset. In 12 hours, it could flip over. We wouldn't feel it. However, we would, if something did cause it, an impact of something that would cause it to flip, it would have to be so strong of an impact that we would definitely feel that. We would definitely know it happened. We wouldn't be able to feel if it was within 12 hours. We wouldn't feel that because it goes around that way 12 hours. See what I'm saying? It's the same velocity, right? We wouldn't feel it. And it wouldn't switch the direction of the drains because they're still, it would flip with you. Okay, so anyway, bypassing all that stuff, it's like, okay, well, now, is it possible that magnetic fields could cause, you know, strong switch and some kind of, you know, having to do with the magnetic poles cause the drains to go the other way? Hell no, because that's a physical thing having to do with the rotation of the planet. Anyway, so we chalked it up as a lucid dream because the physics didn't fit. See what I'm saying? There's the difference. That's how you can tell the difference. So this event with the volume control is, well, we were out all day doing stuff, all day interacting with people, doing the thing, you know, 12 hours we were out all day that day doing stuff. We'd been awake already. We were conscious and already been, you know what I'm saying, interacting, and had not been asleep and then woke up. Because here's how this works. With the lucid dream thing, with the drains, we went and immediately went and lay back down, went back to sleep, woke up and checked it. As soon as I got up, I checked it, and it was correct. It was the right direction when I woke up. So it had to have been a dream. We thought we got up, and we didn't. Okay, so miscellaneous. Here's Space City notebook. I'll just give you a quick rundown. All right, now, so we're already thinking about advertising, but see, tell you what we're going to do with Space City. It's going to take everybody in the humans the same way it's taken everybody to defeat this pandemic on a worldwide scale. It's taken efforts from everybody. Okay, well, this is Space Cities too. We better do it. You know why? It's because the world is going belly up. Okay, so now what's working on currently, there's smaller space stations being developed. There's Bigelow's got the inflatable space bags, you know, all that shit, and blah 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 blah. Oh, I just said shit. I'm sorry. anyway, okay, it's all predecessory and necessary stuff to get to this Space City thing. The Space City thing, we need more than one. They're going to be huge. We need to have, and we can have as many of them as we want after we get infrastructure built. After we get infrastructure, we can have, be mining the asteroids and all that. The stuff comes by there, it is free materials. Okay, same way I'm building the facility here to do the preliminary work on this stuff. To build the preliminary work on the G units, and to do the demonstrations I need to do, which involve the stink and the sink over there. Okay, all right. Well, it's the sink. Okay, so the Space City stuff. It's going to require everybody, and all the preliminary work. The idea. See, the Space City we're talking about is huge. It's going to be huge, huge, huge. Why huge? Because we need to house billions of people. Because see, I'm with who's the one? We're on the same team. Uh, the Earth, and have the Earth become a nature reserve. Yes, we're into that. Well, the thing is that we're going to build Space City with rockets, but the G unit thing is about getting in and out of the atmosphere, getting around out there without using rockets. So we want you to keep up on the stuff. We're going to disclose the details of Space City as we develop it and work it out and work out every single solitary little piece of it, how to get it happen, how to make it happen. Because that's what we do. That's our job. All our life, people have come to us saying, hey, Ronnie, call us Ron sometimes. Sometimes Ronald is the boy's name that my parents gave me because, well, 50-50 born with a uterus and ovaries and all that stuff. Uterus attached to my intestines, and they called it a birth defect, and they went and did a hysterectomy and left me the boy's junk, which is him, and then there's me. So you understand who we are, but without any mistaking and whatsoever. That was like that. Boom, that was cool. Boom, that's kind of flashes. Kind of reminiscent of lightning, huh? Boom. Anyway, so we identify with both halves. We have the special chromosome, big X and a big X, a big X and another big X, and then a little Y. Okay, the little Y down there, him. He's not so little, by most standards. And that's who we are. And we've got a boy's name on a birth certificate that we've kept with our Facebook page out there. So, but anyway, we spent our lives, we've made our living solving people's problems, figuring stuff out for people, being an engineer. We take what physicists do and figure out how to make it work for people. So that's basically what we're doing with the G units. We figured the G unit out and how to make anti-gravity. We figured it out. Now here's one for you though. You're gonna laugh at this. We figured out this thing that it flies through space. It doesn't require the lift it creates is the byproduct of the electrical transform, which runs in unity or near unity. Which the only power it draws is the quiescent current that the amplifiers, oscillator amplifiers, the control circuitry, draw, and the unit itself, the thing runs in unity. And the lift it produces is a byproduct, so basically the lift is free. But this thing runs, it'll just pump and pump and pump and pump and pump, and faster, 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 until you reach the limit of velocity that's represented by resistance that you meet up with when you incur space-time. First you have to deal with pebbles, big stuff floating, okay, little stuff. I mean big stuff, and then little stuff, little pebbles, and then sand, and then after that you got, guess what you got after that? You got the cosmic background radiation. Okay, then you know you gotta look at that. You gotta deal with. Then you have space-time resistance from space-time. It's what I call Einsteinian resistance. Resistance from space-time. Now there are ways to overcome that, but the first crafts we create are not intended to ever go that fast. You know, they would. I mean, that's the thing. You know, using this kind of propulsion, it's classically been known as inertial propulsion, but because we figured out how to make it work, we named it. That's the really truly most correct name for it is biased kinetic force to impulse propulsion. So basically producing a lot of kinetic force, a lot of relative mass in one direction and getting it back in another. And in the process we get lift. So we've worked it out, figured out, and so then we were going to do it. But now, here's the thing. You're going to laugh. This is the laugh of the century. Right here. This is the laugh of the century here. We were considered, well, I don't know, we were probably one of the stupidest people on the planet. Because, see, well, a lot of people look at us and go, well, you know, well, we did this thing and that thing. And, you know, we were given the job. Actually, it's this G unit thing. The G does not stand for gravity. It does not stand for anti-gravity. It does not stand for God. It does not stand for anything that you might expect. It does stand for who put it in my hands to create or to figure out, because all I was shown was a picture. Like, oh, look at this picture. Figure out how this works. Okay? Because I don't think the person that the G represents don't even know how that worked anyway. Just had the vision. It come from the dream. Okay, the vision from the dream. Okay, and that's what that dream. But the going the other way. Maybe that's what that dream represents. But here's the funny thing. So yeah, a lot of people, you know, because that blow car, you know, and whatever, and they watch our history, whatever, through Earth, through our life, and they just follow us, watch what do, okay, and they have been, and because we've had friends, like, yeah, they come and talk, we've made friends, some that have been followed, okay, dear friend, oh, not really, I can't say dear friend, because we got acquainted, met on the cat bus. He was on his way out to this clinic out in Henderson, and we met on the cat bus. He wanted to see what it was like to ride a cat. Well, what his really intent was, he knew that we were staying out in Henderson, okay, and he took the opportunity to go to that clinic out in Henderson where they treat ALS, okay, to take a ride with me and talk about the theory of everything. Okay, and so the thing is while we're talking about the theory of everything, you can't disclude God, okay, and have a theory of everything. You have to include God too, which before he passed away, he concluded that God didn't exist. But you know, see, here's the thing: in that conversation with many people who have gone before us, and we don't know if it was him or if it was Karen, precious Karen, or we don't know if it was We don't know. We've had this pact with several people that if you go before we do, send us a sign, please. Send us something, you know. And so, you know what I mean? That's an undeniable sign. But okay, so now back to the other one. The handing of the production, manufacturing, and marketing, the development, the R&D, and development, manufacturing, all that stuff of the G units. Okay, these people put this in my hand because we're considered one of the smartest people on the planet. And here we go by the stapler. Here's where we're getting really laugh. This is the laugh of the century right here. So we're considered one of the smartest people on the planet. We're in it, and when we know this, we've been how smart we're smart enough to be able to hear what people know that people about these people, you know, physicists and all those watching us. Okay, okay, see what I mean? And it's supposed to be, and here I get the stapler. Buy the stapler so I can hang insulation, right? Pop, 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 pop. No, not amp out my tendonitis. That's the only thing that's wrong with me now. I'm getting younger and younger because of my special diet. We figured out because we figured, you know, we just figured it out. Okay, but anyway, uh, so getting younger and healthier and aging backwards, but figured all that out. Figured it so much out. So, but we get this stapler, and we're trying to load it with staples, right? We get this, and it's supposed to take them. On the box, it says it takes Arrow T50s, right? And here we are. We put them in there, like, you know, figuring you'd load them like a regular stapler, right? Like we've loaded 100 million staplers before, and we get nothing. It was like, what in the heck? It's gonna get the wrong staplers or something. And then so we take this box of staples we bought and the stapler and the box and pack it all up to Home Depot and go back to Home Depot, and the guy at Home Depot, we go to one of the people we know from history that worked at another place. We got to know him. And we show him, it's like they won't go in there, and he goes, I don't know. See, and I got the box and everything, and there's no instructions. It didn't come with any instructions, right? He does it. It's like, oh, that, and so he calls somebody, right? So here we got like two people involved in this thing, and before this guy shows up, the other guy he called shows up. He realizes he goes, locked and loaded, ready to shoot. Pow, pow, pow. Now, is that funny or what? Here's supposedly, see, that's what I'm saying. It says, see, people thought, some people thought I'd be like really, really smart. My parents thought we were so smart, they held me out of kindergarten, put me in first grade. And, well, of course, I told you that tragic story, how my school's history started was off on a bad foot to begin with. You know, held, put in first grade, held back, and ended up failing first grade because I missed out on the social stuff that kindergarten teaches you. It's the most important, absolutely most important school year is the introduction to school. And anybody that argues that is foolish and doesn't know, has never lived it, you know. So this is from the horse's mouth. Somebody who actually got. Let's say the word. I'll spell it PHUCKEDOVER. Okay. By my parents, they saw, oh, Ronnie's so bright. Yeah, so bright. So it's brilliant. You know, oh, well, you go right into first grade. Fail first grade, then get teased. Okay. That's what did it. It wasn't, and then we got all through our school years, all all the way up until the last 2 years of school, when I decided, well, screw it, we need to graduate. And so I just like kicked it in gear, and in 2 years I made everything up and graduated with honors out of Sunset High School. And then I went to Phoenix Institute of Technology, and then went to work at Phoenix. I went to work at Sandstone Enterprises, doing ceramic stuff of all things. And then, so anyway, enough about my history. You can learn more in time, but I don't think the world has ever known we're divulged that. The world has never known that we were the original little spark behind the tiles on the shovel. That was the anyway. Our school years were all we got A's. Every science project we got A's. We carved a perfect tooth, perfect. Got an A plus. But and it's a shame because we really could have done a lot better. We could have been academically. We could have had a lot of academic prowess. There would have not been a lot of stuff if we would have gone into academia. There would have been a lot of stuff that we built through the years that wouldn't have got built. Maybe somebody else might have built it. What do you think? Somebody else would have built it. Maybe. I don't know. But and I didn't do this. So yeah, just all this feed. This is a feed introducing you to the next Sunday, Valentine's Day. We're gonna have guests. Don't forget. Don't miss it. Okay. We're gonna have the thumbnail out there. Future live feeds like we did this one. It's gonna be sticking out there, and you can put your reminder on and all that other stuff. We're gonna set it as a premiere, and this time we're gonna not miss it. We're gonna make sure that we're here the time that we scheduled. We're gonna be here, okay? And because I'm telling everybody, all of everybody that, well, I got a lot of people that depend on me and stuff that I do things for, services, repair things, okay? Because, well, they need my brain. See? So, what I'm going to tell everybody, leave me alone. If you want to engage with me on Sunday, Valentine's Day, you got to come to the studio, and you got to go on a live feed, and you got to talk about the subject matter. Those that we've loved, those that we've lost, those that yeah, everything having to do with life, love, and life, love, and the pursuit of happiness and stuff, and whatever, that's Valentine's Day stuff. And also we include our paranormal discussions. This will be part of the discussion. I'm going to ask you about, any paranormal experiences or whatever. Do you think your loved ones? So, but, and then pay homage to. We'll pay homage to people like, well, we'll pay homage, whatever the word is, to. I want to do it now. I want to let's say a prayer. Yeah, because we come. Well, our version of what we call the God, the roots of all of existence, the energy that started it all. Okay, that other people think of the God. This to us is nameless and timeless, and it's all things, and the root of all things, root of all existence. All of it. Energy is energy. So we're gonna put out some energy to everybody right now. Okay. To everybody who's passed away because of the COVID-19 virus. Our heart goes out to all the survivors. That's all we can say about it. It's just Sunday is going to be about that. We're going to do that, some more of that. We're going to, million people dead. Moment of silence. What is the number? How many have died? I can't end the stream yet. I need to know. We need to know. We need to talk about that one too. How many people have died? What's the current death toll for COVID-19 worldwide? Oh, it didn't give me that. Let's do it again. What's the current worldwide death toll for the COVID-19 virus? There it is. 2.31 million deaths. $10.6 million cases. Oh, that's 106 million cases. 59.1 million cases recovered, 2.31 million dead. In the United States, there's been 463,000 people dead. No, it doesn't indicate recovered. 27 million cases. India's 10 million cases. Brazil, 9.5 million cases. United Kingdom, 3.95 million cases. Their death toll is pretty. Brazil's death toll is way high. They're really susceptible people. You know why? It's because the cleanliness and all that. Their way of life that's not. They're way susceptible. Anyway, yeah. They got 232,000 deaths out of 9.5 million cases. Russia, 75,430 deaths. That's kind of low comparatively. 3.92 million cases total. That's low comparable to the United States at 27 million. Holy moly. There's an interesting map of cases last 14 days. The big circle, that's us. But what you do, that's Mother Nature doing her thing, you know. And you could do wear a mask, social distance, develop viruses, and do what you can. Mother Nature's going to do what she will. So, you do your best. In the meantime, we offer our prayers and our condolences to all of it. Let's see if I. Oh, yeah. One more thing about the virus, COVID-19. 3 things. Denatured alcohol. Hydrogen peroxide. Probiotics. Okay? Bye. Stay in health. Good health to everyone.